great job, like you mentioned, Anthony, just staying patient.
What strength by Mickey Philippi, a top 5 wrestler in this country.
That's the strength of Romani there.
Flexes for the crowd. A 4-3 decision victory. Decision victory for the redshirt junior, Greg Harvey.
I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. Oh, and he gets a takedown. Here we go, overtime.
Does get
Nino right with this shot with the takedown.
Nino Bonacorsi in double overtime.
You could just tell the energy out of Stout. Anthony mentioned it, just coming out and being aggressive.
And he gives Pitt the lead in the duel.
Such a deep shot that he gets and switches to a double leg every time. Now he's trying to get back points out of this. Whoa, look at this.
What a comeback for Pittsburgh tonight against number 7 Tech. Meach, sigh of relief, the smile on his face, and the crowd loves it. What a match it was tonight. An 18-13 duel victory for Pittsburgh.
It starts as a game, a gathering of friends. And slowly, as some begin to sit back, others stand out. The joy of playing turns to passion. And as the skills develop, so do the minds. And they begin to seek challenges, peers, and mentors to further their abilities and opportunities. The love and passion becomes a thirst for people in a place
we make history today in Pittsburgh
that will embrace and push a hunger for excellence
Blitz, the ACC.
and to be in and among champions. These are the dreamers, scholars, leaders. These are the guides, teachers, mentors. And this is the opportunity, the challenge, the place. This is Pitt Beyond the Script.
This week on Pitt Beyond the Script, we celebrate a top 10 upset at the Fieldhouse on senior night.
What a comeback for Pittsburgh tonight against number 7.
We'll sit down with Coach Gavin and the wrestling team to talk about upcoming postseason action. We'll get to know junior guard Gabby Green of the women's basketball team. We talked to both coaches and players to find out what H2P means to them.
Tradition. It means family. It means greatness.
It unites the entire student body, and it unites us as the University of Pittsburgh.
We sit down with Coach Capel and discuss the nail-biter against the defending national champions. All that and more on this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.
Positions are going to change.
Talk about the strength of Philippi right there to not only hold him in the air, but then slowly bring him down.
And it ends right there. He gets the ride time advantage point. You mentioned it. What strength by Mickey Philippi, a top 5 wrestler in this country.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script with Coach Keith Gavin of the wrestling team. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on a win over Virginia Tech. They'd beaten you 5 straight times.
Yeah.
Nice to come away with a victory there?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was our last home duel, senior night, so it was a very fun and exciting duel for the fans to watch too, so I don't think we could have asked for a better one to end on the regular season.
And senior night to have a comeback, because you guys needed a comeback, that was terrific.
Yeah, and we have three seniors in our lineup, and all 3 of those guys got a win, so it was good individually for them too.
You talked about after the match too that you just liked the way your team competed throughout the course of the match. Kind of explain that a little bit if you could.
Yeah, I mean, even the guys that lost in that duel, they were competing the right way, which just means we want them to kind of stay on the hunt for points the entire match, and they did that. So when you're doing that, I think that we get back in the wrestling room and make some technical adjustments. But when the mentality's right, you're able to focus on the little small technical things.
Did you think there was a particular match that kind of sparked a turnaround or led to the turnaround?
Well, I mean, a lot has to do with the way you start. And we lost that first match, but the way we lost it, our guy was the aggressor, and it was kind of a last-second takedown that he gave up. So that was a good start, And then we have our Mickey Philippi, our 133-pounder, who was up second. He's one of the the best guys on the team. So he consistently performs really well, and he gets everybody going.
And then Nino Bonacorsi pulls off an upset against
the
#2 wrestler in the country.
Yeah.
And #1 in the RPI, too, by the way.
That's right. Yeah, Nino's been having a pretty good year, but that one, you know, we believe that Nino could be a national champ. You know, he has the ability offensively to score on anybody, and I think that that's what he showed. So it was a breakthrough for him, just to kind of keep the mindset that he's going to stay focused and try to get that next point.
Nino right with this shot, with the takedown, He's got to work up. Beautiful sweep single. Bonacorsi had an overhook on the right side, shot left, and just disappeared right under him.
Nino Bonacorsi in double overtime.
Good atmosphere at the field house as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, we really appreciate all the support that we've been getting at our home duels, and I know the guys certainly feed off of it. And we hope to continue to grow that, you know, and keep getting more and more people to come.
Look, obviously you did so many great things in your wrestling career, but do you remember senior night? I mean, do you remember kind of what these guys must have been feeling and what it's like to go through on a senior night?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we talked about it a little bit during the week. You know, it's a motivating thing because it's your last time doing it, and you wanna perform well, and you kind of you go out there and just go out just to wrestle. But we talked about that's the way it should be every time. You know, we don't want to be taking any match for granted. You know, so every match should be like this, like what you would do if this was your last time.
You know, the ACC, obviously 4 teams in the top 10, but to pull off an upset, Pitt was number 10 going into that match, Virginia Tech 7. To pull off an upset this late in the year as we're eyeing the ACC tournament, which I'm going to ask you about in a moment. Does that help the team's confidence going into some big matches?
I think so. I think it gives us some momentum, you know, and I think it kind of, you know, everybody talks about trusting the process. Well, it's a little easier to trust that process when you're seeing the results from it, you know, and so that was good to see.
ACC championship coming to Pittsburgh. If fans have never been to something like this, what can you tell them? Look, the wrestling fans are going to show up. The average fan who's saying, well, I've never been to a wrestling match, what can you tell them about why they should maybe come and check this out?
Well, first of all, it's a great conference, and so you're going to see some high-level wrestling. You know, it doesn't get much better than what you're going to see at the ACC tournament. But also, they do a nice job of, you know, for the finals and things like that, like really making a show out of it and kind of creating that excitement and the energy in the arena. So even if you are new to wrestling, it's pretty easy to get into, you know, when you get to that point. But yeah, we got a great venue for it, and we couldn't be happier to be able to host it.
And obviously some wrestlers for Pitt that have excellent chances of winning at this tournament as well.
Yeah, that's right. I think that, I'm sure a lot of teams in the ACC think that they can win the tournament because there's a lot of good teams in the ACC, but we certainly feel that we can. If everybody does their job, I think that it's highly likely that we could come out of there as the team champions.
Well, excitement and energetic, that's the way to describe it. So hopefully some fans who are maybe on the fence will come out and check it out. In the meantime, continued good luck, Coach. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, stick around. We still have more to come when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.
What a comeback for Pittsburgh tonight against number 7 Tech. Meach, sigh of relief, the smile on his face.
I'm Mason Ronan. I'm Chris Gomez, and you're watching Pitt Beyond. We need to. I know. All right. I'm Mason Ronan. I'm Chris Gomez, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
Follow up with his left. And once you get there for a second.
Just got a little bit of photo shoot today, video shoot. Got Dave over here taking some hacks, getting ready to, you know, tune up for the season. A couple weeks away. Really excited.
Said spike it. I'm ready.
Rate him. I think from the video side, a good 10. The actual throw from the behind the scenes, I don't know about that one. That's like more than a 4.
There, he's looking pretty good, looking focused. I'm excited to do this. I haven't done this in a while, so you know, ready to look good on some cameras.
Ooh, I look beautiful.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us behind the scenes today. I'll see you guys in the spring. Hail to Pitt.
Pitt fans, tune into the Jeff Capel Show Thursdays on 93.7 The Fan and see it on AT&T Sportsnet. It's your chance to hear from Coach.
Well, I think we've shown a toughness. I think we've shown a resiliency.
Meet the players.
Sometimes it just felt like home.
It was just so cold, and when you're getting hit, your hands cold.
And follow the season. The Jeff Capel Show.
The thing that I always wanted to do was coaching the ACC.
Live at 6 p.m. Thursday nights at the Pitt on 93.7 The Fan and on AT&T Sportsnet. You're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
This is an opportunity for people to support our students, and really that's why we do what we do, to provide them with an extraordinary experience here at Pitt, both as a student and certainly for us as student athletes. And this is just an opportunity to provide that same sort of experience, or a better and enhanced experience for our current students.
We felt like it was important for us to have a personal touch with it. So we've got a lot of our players checking in down here today, just getting the word out. It's Pitt's Day of Giving, and we want to make sure we're supporting in the right ways.
It really comes down to everybody being in. I mean, whether it's $1 you give back, but just knowing that, hey, you've invested something in something that's really important to you. And I think it's important that if everybody could give $1, everybody could give $5, whatever it is. It's not how much, it's that you got all your feet in and you're all about the University of Pittsburgh.
Obviously, by being an alumni and played here and now being part of the staff, I kind of want to take Pitt to the highest level possible. So I'll say, everything that comes in, it will help our program. So we just want to say thank you, first of all, to everyone that's donated and everyone that will donate. And it definitely will be for a good cause and to put our program where it's supposed to be.
I've got a daughter that graduated with a bachelor's and a master's from Pitt. I've got a son that's a junior at Pitt. I've got a daughter that hopefully will be at Pitt next year as well. And, I want to give back as much as I can and make Pitt a better place.
I know as a university, the Chancellor's Challenge is to get to 7,000 donors and have it be really a worldwide global effort to have donors from every continent. So if you're out there, give, and if you're really interested, we'd love to have you support athletics.
For Charlie Hyatt, this is a richly deserved honor and very much a long overdue honor. He really is one of the founding fathers of Pitt basketball.
Well, Charlie Hyatt was the first great player in the Doc Carlson era, 27 to 30.
Doc was the master of the figure-8 offense. I am told Charlie Hyatt had that innate sense of when to break the figure-8 and go. And he could pass it, he could dribble it, and so he was a double threat in that regard. And he was perfect for that offense.
When Charlie Hyatt played, Pitt played its home games at the old Pavilion. There wasn't even a sign or anything designating it as such, but it was just called the Pavilion because it was beneath Pitt Stadium between where gates 1 and 3 would have been.
Playing 3 years under the legendary Doc Carlson, Charlie was an All-American all 3 of those years. He scored what was then an exceptional 880 points. Not only was he very decorated as an individual, but he led Pitt to 2 national championships.
He led the nation in scoring one year with 12 points a game, which demonstrates how different the game was back then.
He's enshrined in the Helms Athletic Foundation Basketball Hall of Fame and also was elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
From what I hear about Charlie Hyatt, he had a complete game. Offense, defense, knew how to defend, was enough of an athlete to be able to take his opponent and control him.
Very good shooter, just an outstanding player, and really the first big name player in Pitt basketball history.
Something special to me. That's something sacred to me. It really is.
It makes you feel a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
The people I've met here, even though I've only been here a year, I know they're going to be friends for a lifetime.
I think it means who I am and what I've grown into as a person.
Sense of pride. To me, it's the inner circle of the University of Pittsburgh.
If you ever need something, I mean, Pitt family's gonna be there no matter what.
We have coaches that care about us as people. We have outside people that care about us, and that's something that a lot of programs don't have.
There's something so special about waking up every day and knowing that you have an incredible group of people to work with at an incredible place.
Giving me a chance, giving me a senior year that I've always wanted, and giving me that chance to really close out my career on a high note.
Pitt's just a really special place. I've met my best friends here. I've had the greatest time of my life so far in these past 3, going on my 4th year now. And I couldn't really see myself anywhere else. Deciding to come to Pitt was the greatest decision I've ever made.
I'm gonna look back at this place for the rest of my life. These 4 years in college, and I'm never gonna forget it, and I'm never gonna forget the people who went through it with me.
I fell in love with the school, and I feel like everything I'm doing on the court is for Pitt.
There's just so much meaning behind it for so many people, so many alumni that say it.
Recognizing the legacy of championships and the traditions of winning that are here and embedded in Pitt.
It means tradition, it means history, it means family, it means greatness.
I think it unites the entire student body, and it unites us as the University of Pittsburgh.
Hail to Pitt because of the standard we hold for students and athletes.
I just love saying Hail to Pitt because I'm proud of it.
Hail to Pitt because we're on the rise.
When I see the phrase Hail to Pitt, it means to me everything.
Hail to Pitt because it's family.
Hail to Pitt because this school has done so much for me.
Hail to Pitt because it's home. Hail to Pitt because we are Pitt Nation.
I will always hail to Pitt.
People view the university, people view the athletic department, people view specific sports. It's all in one, and it's all in one with that phrase, Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt because once you're part of this family, you're family for life.
Hail to Pitt because this is my home.
Hail to Pitt.
And the Panthers have scored. Intercepted. The 25, the 15, and touchdown Panthers. One man to beat. Streaks down the sideline. He's hit, and the ball comes out. Touchdown Panthers. You can't believe what just happened here at Heinz Field.
Pitt fans, tune into the Jeff Capel Show Thursdays on 93.7 The Fan and see it on AT&T Sportsnet. It's your chance to hear from Coach.
Well, I think we've shown a toughness. I think we've shown a resiliency.
Meet the players.
Sometimes it just felt like home.
It was just so cold, and when you're getting hit, your hands cold.
And follow the season. The Jeff Capel Show.
The thing that I always wanted to do was coaching the ACC.
live at 6 p.m. Thursday nights at the Pitt on 93.7 The Fan and on AT&T Sportsnet.
There's some offense for the Panthers. Another shot by Gabby Green.
I chose Pitt because the coaching staff was amazing. I actually thought it was kind of fake. And then I talked to the teammates who's been here. They're like, no, they're really genuine. And it was just like family oriented and a big platform, great opportunity, and try to just elevate up.
The extra pass, it's Green from the left. Gets it to go! Panthers on a run!
Best conference in the country, of course, number one. I think everybody in this conference is very disciplined, well coached, very competitive.
Moving quickly up the floor. Harris drives and kicks. Wide open three for Gabby Green, who knocks it down.
University of Pittsburgh offers so many things: relationships, networking, big opportunity for basketball, of course, life skills. Man, they just have so many different options you can do to help yourself. After graduating, they're always trying to prepare, juniors and seniors for what they're doing after graduation. But I don't like all the walking. Sorry, I just don't like it. The hills, I'm sorry. That hill over there, it's a march every day.
Three-pointer by Gabby Green, and the Panthers off to a hot start. 10-0 run over the last minute and a half.
Basketball has taught me a lot about myself. I believe with different coaches, different teammates, it just kind of made me realize who I am as a person, as a teammate. What's going to get me to the next level is knowing who I am on and off the court, just knowing what I can bring to the table, and trying to be that energy, being the voice on defensive end to carry on the offense.
Out high and deep three from Green, gets it to drop.
What motivates me is graduating and having a successful career after basketball. Every time I think I want to stop, no, do it for my mom, my sister, everybody who's helped me get to this point. My teammates motivate me on the court, just seeing how all of us have to build each other up. And so it has to be everybody. Everybody brings something different to the team. So just all that in one. Hey y'all, I'm Gabby Green and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script. Is that good? Script, you get it?
Johnson splits the double team, hangs in the air and lays it through. Tony, nothing but net.
Welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Jeff Capel, the men's basketball team. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Coach, I want to take you back to the Virginia game, and not necessarily the game itself. We'll get to something there in a moment. But Tony Bennett won the national championship last year. He's built a great program at Virginia. Had some nice things to say about your program, saying, look, young guys have to go through games like this. They have to be part of this. That's what they did, and you can see it coming. Was that, heartening in any way to know that a guy who's won a national championship is agreeing with the way you're going through this process right now?
Well, I'm extremely humbled to hear that. It's actually my first time hearing about that. There's no coach, that's doing it on our level right now that I respect more than Tony. Not just for what he's done there, but the man that he is. And I know if Tony says it, he doesn't give fluff answers or just say it. And so for him to say that, it's an incredible compliment. I do believe in what we're doing. Obviously, it's not going as fast as anyone would like, and certainly no one more than me. But I believe in what we're doing. I believe in the manner in which we're doing it. I understand that it's going to take time. That's hard for me, to be completely honest with you. But I do understand that anything that's worth sustaining takes time, because it has to be done the right way. And, we adopted the mantra when I took this job of brick by brick. You have to make sure the bricks are strong so you have a great foundation, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
One of the things he talked about, one of the reasons he said he felt like he could see the same process happening as what happened at Virginia was because of how hard you played. You came back again, had to try to come back again. And at the end of the game, you got a great look from Trey McGowan's, a chance to take the lead, and then Ryan Murphy's shot just came a split second too late.
For the most part all year, we fought. We have fought. We've tried to play hard. We've competed. It hadn't always been the smartest. It hadn't always been pretty. But we fought and we've competed. And I've always felt if you do that, you put yourself in a position where you give yourself a chance. And in that game, it happened late.
That's a beautiful play right there.
by Xavier Johnson. That needs to happen right there. There's your answer.
You know, we were down, I think, 13. It was a timeout, and I told our guys, like, look, it's plenty of time if you believe. When we started pressing, we started trying to increase the tempo. We were able to force some turnovers.
Clark with his head up, doesn't see Johnson coming from behind, who took it away. Xavier Johnson!
And we put ourselves in a position where, you know, we had that three-pointer with under a minute left, down 2. I would have liked for us to have been a little bit more intelligent on that last possession when it's down 3. You know, a dribble handoff in that situation is not going to work. It's not enough time. But again, we put ourselves in a position where we had an opportunity.
There's certain coaches are involved with certain guys. This guy works with the guards, this guy works with the forwards, this guy works with the center. But you have a couple of guys that kind of have to move around. Can you explain kind of how that coaching process goes?
Yeah, so what we do is that Milan Brown primarily works with the guards. And so that's all like the 1s, 2s, and 3s if you have those. Jason, my brother, works with the guys that are kind of swing, that are versatile, play multiple positions. That's what he was as a player. So right now, those guys that he primarily works with are Justin Champagnie, Audis Toney, and a little bit of Gerald Drumgoole. Then Tim O'Toole is the guy that works with the bigs. But normally we have a defensive segment. And in the practice, where it's guards and big guys. During those segments, Justin is all over the place. Audis is all over the place because those two guys in particular for us are going to kind of swing across the board. They may guard point guards, they may guard shooting guards, they may guard 4-man at times. And so they're guys to kind of move around and practice and work with all the coaches.
We talked about how important it was for players to improve during the offseason. When you look at your coaching staff, is that where a lot of your formulations and your plans go? Obviously, you're tweaking things from game to game, and you have scouting reports. But as far as the coaching staff at large, do you evaluate that much as the players do more in the offseason?
Absolutely. I'm a big believer. I've always felt this way, that the offseason is the one chance I think that a player should be selfish. Like, you should work on your game. You know, last year with Trey McGowens and Xavier Johnson, the two big things we talked about, shooting, but then decision-making. You know, Trey was a guy last year that had 55 assists and 80 turnovers. Already this year, he has way more assists and turnovers right now. And so he's improved in that area. We still have to get more consistent shooting the basketball. But a big part of it is these guys have to have something in them where they work, because our rules don't allow us to be with them as much as we'd like to be.
Taking on an NC State team on Saturday, and this is a team, again, you talk about building and trying to get the players in place. Their top 4 players are all juniors and seniors. How difficult does that make it when you're facing a veteran team like that?
Well, it makes it difficult because they're good. I mean, I think NC State's a really good basketball team. This is Kevin Keats' 3rd year. His program is established, his style of play, and he has older guys in it that have been through it. And so they can help teach the culture, they can help teach the style, they can help teach this is how we do things. You know, their older players are really good. I think Markel Johnson is as talented as any guard in this league. He's a guy that goes and has 30 points on Duke and really controls that game. Braxton Beverly is really good. C.J. Bryce is very good. You know, they're a team that have multiple guys that can hurt you. And he has a lot of depth. He has quality depth, and that's something that he's been able to amass over his time there.
Coach Jeff Capel, thanks very much. Good luck Saturday at NC State. And thanks to you for watching this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.